Welcome everybody. I'm so thrilled to see all of you here at the first Athena Film Festival, which is a celebration of women in leadership. And we're really, really happy that you're here. We've passed out programs that will give you the lineup of all of the events this afternoon, this evening, and tomorrow. There's plenty more to see, so we urge you to stay with us. Talk with your friends, bring them out. It's been a great set of events, and we really would urge you to participate through the rest of the weekend. My name is Catherine Colbert. I'm the director of the Athena Center for Leadership Studies, which is one of the co-founders of the festival. And on behalf of the center and all of Barnard College, as well as Women in Hollywood, which is my compatriot in this effort, I want to welcome you to the center, or to the festival. I also want to make sure you see that we have a long list of great sponsors who have contributed to this effort and have made this possible. They're listed on the back of your program, and we want to especially acknowledge their help for making this all happen. In 1985, cartoonist Alison Bechdel created the now infamous Bechdel test. And to pass this test, a movie had to have at least 2 women in it. They had to talk to each other about something other than a man. And people began to evaluate popular culture and films based on this test, and I have to say that unbelievably in 2010 and 2011, many, many films do not pass this test, and particularly not those films which have great box office appeal. So today, at this panel, we're going to talk a little bit about why so few films have women in them in prominent roles, what it takes to produce movies with more women in them, and what you as audience members and all of us as audience members can do to make a difference about it. I'm going to introduce our panel, and then we're going to see a short movie and get right to it. So we have with us Deborah Kampmeyer. Deborah is the founder of Full Moon Films, a company dedicated to the development and production of films by and about women. Her first feature film, Virgin, was nominated for 2 2004 Independent Spirit Awards, including Best Female Lead. In addition, Kampmeyer won Best Screenwriter in the 2003 Hamptons International Film Festival. Deborah and her producer, Troy Johansson, are currently in development on 3 projects with Abigail Disney's Fork Films, including Lonely Hunter, a film based on the life and work of Carson McCullers. Margaret Nagel is also with us. She is a screenwriter and television producer. She wrote some of the episodes for the HBO series, the well-acclaimed HBO series Boardwalk Empire, and wrote a wonderful film that was put out by HBO called Warm Springs, which was nominated for a record-breaking total of 16 Emmy Awards and winning 5. Margaret is currently writing a sequel to Warm Springs for HBO based on Jonathan Alter's book, The Defining Moment. We also have with us Delia Ephron, who is a winner of an Athena Film Festival Award on Thursday night, a writer of stage, screen, and page, and a Barnard alumna. In 1992, she co-wrote her sister Nora's directorial debut, This Is My Life, as well as screenplays for 7 films, including You've Got Mail, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, and Bewitched. She's also written many books, and has, with her sister Nora, created a stage hit, which I urge you all to see, called Love, Loss, and What I Wore, which is now playing here in New York, in Paris, Rio de Janeiro, and some other place, right?
Well, yes. It was just closed in Sydney,
okay.
Australia.
I knew we mentioned another place, Sydney as well. And lastly, we have Dodai Stewart, who is our moderator. Dodai is a blogger and deputy editor of Jezebel.com, which I'm sure many of you read. She has written for numerous publications, including Glamour, Ladies' Home Journal, Teen People, New York Magazine, Entertainment Weekly, and she lives on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, but dreams of retiring on a Chihuahua farm in the South Pacific. So let's start with a film about the Bechdel test, and then Dodai is going to take it from there. Thank you all for joining us.
The Bechdel test, or the Mo movie measure, is a type of litmus test to assess the presence of women in movies. It originated from Alison Bechdel's comic, Dykes to Watch Out For, in 1985. Here's how it works. A movie just has to pass these 3 simple questions. The first, are there 2 or more women in it who have names? The second, do they talk to each other? And the third, do they talk to each other about something other than a man? It's quite extraordinary, actually, how many movies don't pass this test, because it's not even a sign of whether it's a feminist movie or whether it's a good movie, just that there's female presence in it and that they actually are engaging about things other than men. To prove that this is actually a systemic problem and not just a few movies here and there, I'm going to show you a couple films that don't pass the test. You get the point. This is only just a few films out of the many films that don't pass this test. When I call it a systemic problem, what I mean by this is that it's not just a few people here and there that don't like women or don't want women's stories told, but that rather the entire industry is built upon creating films and movies that cater to and that are about men. Next time you go to the movies, just ask yourself these few questions. Are there 2 or more women in it, and do they have names? Do they talk to each other? And do they talk to each other about something other than a man?